Chad, I know it's still early, but give me a little evaluation of your back. I mean, sort of individually, start with Tony.
Yeah, Tony is
What do you
having it. He's doing really well. He's running the ball really well, seeing things really well, and pass pro, run game. He's catching the ball really well at backfield too. I'll tell you what, that's been probably outside of his running ability that he's shown to do toward the latter part of the year in the spring football. His ability to catch the ball out of the backfield has been very impressive thus far throughout camp. Justin Johnson has done a phenomenal. He had a phenomenal camp, and he carried that momentum on to summertime. Had a great summer, and 4 days in, he's done a phenomenal job too. Just seeing his level of confidence right now. He's playing with a great level of confidence, and he's running the ball really well, catching the ball really well too. And tell you, big surprise been Jalen Anderson. He's taking a big step. Yesterday had his best day since he's been here, all around. Really confident in what he's doing now in the spring. He made some flash plays here and there, but didn't necessarily just know exactly what he was doing all the way around. But did a good job this summer. And 4 days in, was playing with a great level of confidence. Like I said, yesterday had a great day for us yesterday. CJ Donaldson's kid, we moved over to running back, and I'll tell you, he's been a president, very smart kid, intelligent, got great versatility, so he's been really good.
You don't typically see, tight end type guys move to running backs. So what was it about that?
Well, it's funny. That kid played. He did a lot of. Obviously, we recruited. We told him he was a hybrid anyway. Able to do everything. But he did a lot in high school. With the ball in his hands. Wasn't sure necessarily how he respond to it, and he was very open to it. And he said, "Coach, I'm just a ball player. Just put the ball in my hand. I'm good." But I'll tell you, it's been very impressive to see. How well he's picked up on. He's done a phenomenal job outside the game, studying the offense. And he said, "Coach, just quiz me, just test me." And we just thrown him into the fire. Hadn't been nervous at all. So these last 2 days, he's got a lot of reps, and he's starting to come around. But he's a kid, man. Eventually, we like it. He'll be he could be a kid. Right now we don't want to, overload him and teach him everything. But we teach him his running back stuff and all the running game, pass game. But he'll be a kid that we love to be the kind of kid that can play running back and hybrid and be able to flex out wide. Those kids like that are hard to find, and we got one in a gym in him, so we're excited about him.
Yeah, it's not to focus on him, but that's a position you don't recruit. You just gotta find it.
Right.
How do you know when you have one?
We know now. Like I said, he was a kid in high school. He did a lot. He did a lot in high school. With the ball in his hands, a kid that they just found different ways to get him the football. And like I said, we recruited him to come in and play the tight end position. But because of his versatility and his athleticism, the ability to run at that size, and just how he came in, the way he came in at like physically imposing. He looks really good. He's physically right now, he's ready. He's game ready right now, physically. But we found the gym. I just me personally didn't know him as well before he got in. Been very impressed with how intelligent, how savvy he is, and how natural game is. He's got great instinct, great football awareness, and just see a kid here right now, 4 days in, he's only had about maybe 2 missed assignments thus far, but he's very studying and he's asking questions. He's not afraid to. I always tell this guy, confidence ain't always knowing you're right, but not afraid to be wrong. So he'll spit out answers that just the level of confidence he has, not to care whether or not he's right. It's big, and he plays like that. He may make the mistakes he made. Like he had no idea he made mistakes. I told him he made the mistakes. So those guys make the mistakes full speed. He's really good, but he's been impressive to be around. Excited about him.
Just to be fair, you guys just had one backup position. So running back, this guy, fullback, that guy, they're all kind of one, right?
They all won. They got to do it all. And it's funny, because today we've been those guys showing the ability to be able to catch the ball really well, run the ball effectively, and be able to block it. So we've been doing a lot of 20 personnel, which is 2 backs in the game. And today he said he was going in the game with Jalen Anderson. He said, "Coach, which one of the guys you want me to be? It doesn't matter. You guys do both." I said, okay. So now those guys do it all. So you see a guy going in motion. He might be the 240-pound guy going in motion. He got great skill set, so it's not odd. In most cases, you got a kid that's 240. You wonder, man, how come they don't put that smaller guy in motion? But that he's a different guy now. He's very versatile.
How far has Jalen come in the last 11 months?
A long way, like almost 360. He's been really good to see his maturity level grow. He's grown a lot. just get more confident. You know, came in so late in the middle of the year. You know, missed that opportunity in the summertime to get around the guys and establish that kind of bond, that chemistry, the ability to hang out with them and get to know them. We missed all of that. Came right in the middle of the hardest season when everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So from where he was then to where he is now, like just his whole level of comfort is totally different. So he's really done about a 360. And like I said, the way he acted yesterday was big, man. He's real eager, man. He had success in the run game. I think where he really took a turn, he had a blitz pickup against Jared Bartlett. And Jared got the best of him a little bit, but it was, I think for him, like that's the first time he ever felt that kind of, that kind of physicality, that kind of contact, since high school, like in a real situation, in the springtime, had some opportunities, but we don't necessarily go as hard and from a contact standpoint like that. But right now, preparing for the season, them guys, getting themselves ready to go play game one. And so he had an opportunity to go pick up Jared Bartlett, and he did a good job recognizing him. Like I said, partly got the best of him, but it was a great opportunity for him to feel that kind of physicality. And I think it gave confidence, okay, man, I can actually do this. And from that point on, he took off. So he's made about 360. Proud of him.
How comfortable are you right now with your depth that you got there?
Very comfortable. Those guys they're really good players. They're quality. You got to keep them healthy. So that's my biggest focus, is making sure we can get through this camp and stay healthy. Right now, we're 4 days in. I stressed that I got recovery. I got to do recovery myself. Rehab. I call it prehab. They call it rehab. But that's the biggest thing. Really good with the depth. And like I said, to see CJ Donaldson come along, that's good for us. And Marquand Rucker, he's been a guy that's doing a good job for us too. He's been here a couple of years.
Neil's kind of challenged the running game. It would include the offensive line and the running backs to run the ball better against the bigger physical defenses that you're. Do you sense them accepting that challenge? Do you see it from what you've seen so far?
Absolutely, I really do. Where we are from, those guys are from, man. I mean, those guys have been gelling since back to January. They had a great all season, great spring, great summer, even right now in the fall camp. Absolutely, those guys are embracing challenge, no question. And that's something that we really got to do. Coaches, he's right on. We got to be able to run the ball against teams that's great against run defense. Run offense rather. But I do see those guys embracing that challenge. Looking forward to it.
And the other thing too is that a lot of the guys have mentioned that they need to get bigger, whether it's 5 or 10 pounds, and not just be bigger now, but stay bigger at the end of the year in November when you get worn down. How important is that in the run game?
Well, that's very important. You mean like get bigger, like weight wise?
Well, yeah. I mean, like for instance, Gamitter says he played at 295 last year, and now he wants to play at 313. That's a big difference. I mean, you got to be able to carry it, but you also got to be able to maintain it from August 1st to November, whatever.
Right. From outside looking at it, it's maturity. It's the maturity part where those guys doing a great job taking care of their body and listening to Haley and the other dietitians in regards to how to eat and what to eat, and also doing a phenomenal job outside of practice and taking advantage of recovery, working with Coach Joseph. I've seen that big maturity in all those guys because all the linemen, they all come in together outside of normal hours, required hours. I think I was here for Saturday and I see those guys coming in. So the maturity that those guys and sacrifice they're making. Mary has his family, so the sacrifice those guys are making to come up here and do extra so they can do that is what I've witnessed. So they're saying that, they also doing it too. So there's
a tricky balance here too, because you want them to be bigger, but they have to be able to move and they have to be able to do the things that you need them to do, right?
Yeah, and that's it. I don't think he really told them to get that much big. It's just more so like the weight they're at right now, is being able to hang on, like maintain that same weight throughout the season. That's what they got to do a great job of.
In the case of Gamitter, now he said it has made a difference because he feels like he's got more push with that extra weight, particularly in the core, and also to pass blocking.
Yeah, it has. And those guys, and first of all, they all big, right? They big guys, and they got really good chemistry. But it does help big time. Anyway, and I think we're real big inside, and just the chemistry those guys have been around playing so long together, helps those guys out. And I think they're working better together, been together so long. Even like something as simple as like a double team may seem as simple from the outside looking in that these two guys can do it, but the chemistry you have, you don't let this guy down, makes you double team and hang on to that guy a lot longer.
Last thing here, this might sound crazy, but there's almost a psychological deal to it too, because if you look at yourself and you look bigger, psychologically you say, well, it's helpful.
Right.
I'm bigger, I can play better. Do you buy that?
Buy that, yeah, buy that. And also too, just take lead, which is like a good mirror. boys have done a phenomenal job of working with him on setting. He's strong. He's naturally strong,
Mhm.
and he's gotten even stronger since I've been here. He's gotten stronger each and every year. So for a guy like him, playing with great technique and great pad level has been critical for him. I hadn't heard Coach Moore say anything about his pad level thus far,
Mhm.
and even the opportunity we've had to run the ball. Yesterday was our first day in Shells. I thought we was very effective. We did some short yards, goal line periods yesterday, and I thought we did a great job in movement. And even as strong as they are and as big as they are, they can't create any movement if they're not playing with pad level and technique. And I thought yesterday, as a group, those guys did a phenomenal job playing with great pad level and great technique. So even though with the weight, they can have the weight, but they don't play with great pad level technique with movement. That's one of the issues. That's one of the things that Committer is wanting to focus on, is playing better with technique. And he's done that thus far. That's gonna help us create some movement too.
Neil talked on Monday about the need to be a better pass protection from your running backs. So how much of an emphasis have you put on that during this? I mean, I know it's still very early, but during the OTAs and during the first 4 days of training camp.
Yeah, a lot, man. That's what makes those guys play with a level of confidence, knowing that they can go out there and recognize the fronts and see the blitzes. And like I said, Tony Matthews done a phenomenal job in that area. Those top two guys have done a phenomenal job in that area. It's just bringing the other guys along. So that's really my focus. Make sure those guys get their work, and particularly throughout the day during practice and walkthroughs, take advantage of those walkthroughs and get those young guys some opportunity to see those different looks and be able to recognize it. But that's major. You got to take care of the quarterback. That's that's our first objective as a running back group. You got to be great protectors. You got to protect the ball. You got to protect that quarterback. It's hard as heck to win with a starting quarterback, let alone backup guy. So we got to protect that guy at all costs. And so that's something that's emphasized absolutely every single day.
How different is Justin now compared to the end of last year?
Totally different. Just level of confidence. Totally different. Just look in his eye. From the look of uncertainty, unsure, to quiet, may not talk, may not respond, unless if he got it. If he does have it, to now, like this morning, CJ Donaldson had a question to walk through, and as I was about to, answer his question, and Justin took him and said, you don't really coach when he's walked through, you and Tony. So his level of confidence is the biggest thing, and it's allowing him to play with the same, ability and athleticism and talent we saw him in high school. He's playing like that right now. It's a great thing to see. And those guys play like that. All the reasons you loved them in high school and recruited them, and you're able to get them guys to play that level coming to where you see that, man, it's a fun thing. So that's where he is right now. And he's also went from you see level of confidence. I never really say no, we don't have no science 6 in the room right now, but since I've been here, you can always see when the young guys that kind of sit up top, and then as their level of confidence grow, they start making plays, feel good, they in the game a lot. They work their way down to the front. I noticed 2 days ago he worked his way down to the front row with Tony Matthews, so he basically saying, I'm here, not coach. So confidence has been the biggest thing. It's huge.
John, what did you or the other offensive coaches get from that crossover drill, working the defensive plays?
The ball security deal we did today?
Yeah.
That's huge. I give you an example why that's huge. Because first of all, we out there, we competing, going against each other. Every day we're gonna walk in this locker, this building together, and we just one football team. Like today, Lance Dixon should have had a pick 6 today in a certain period, right? And Aubrey Burks actually picked off a pass in the end zone, actually caught it. So after practice, heck, I tell Lance Dixon, man, we gotta have that. We gotta have that play. Like, we need that. In practice, I don't want him to pick that off in practice. I'm glad he dropped that ball in that particular period and gave us another shot. But for the purpose of his football team in the game, he's gonna be in a situation like that this season, and we want that. We need that play to happen. On the flip side, Aubrey Burks, he's dropped several passes like that, a spring ball, and I've gotten on him by catching balls off the judge like a receiver. And even throughout the summer, I've done that. You can ask him if you ever interview him, and he come out there and he make that play. He wanted to make that play, but this season, I see him do it now. I know he can do it then. And even on the flip side, head coach Don did the same thing to KP. Told him phenomenal job making that big time play. So it's huge because those guys gonna put themselves in position to make plays and have their hands on the football. And it won't do no good if they don't know how to carry the football. They're gonna give it right back to the offense. So I think that's huge. And also for our sake, our guys going over defense and learning how to tackle. Some of them did that in high school, some not, most not these days. But so for those guys, they all think they can do it, but it's different when you actually have to do it, and we need that play to happen. So I think that's big. I think that's huge.
thinking back to last year, with Lenny was an inside zone guy. That's what he preferred. Was that what he
Yeah,
liked?
he loved inside zone.
Do you guys got more variety there with your running backs to be able to do a little bit more than?
Yeah, we have up to this point, you know, we still install, so we've done the
Yeah.
inside zone, outside zone, and you know, so and we're running a little more outside zone this year too.
Is it important to be able to introduce more of that to maybe give
Yeah,
people a
just have
different look?
variety in the game, you know. So you know, you got defense that come in. They try to
Right.
say, is this team a gap scheme team? This team inside zone team? You know, I mean, we're really good. We're a really good zone team, but you know, we want to try to expand a little bit and you know,
Give them a little bit more.
Yeah. But then once you get in the season, you know, whoever the guys are, you know, what they good at, you got to go with.
I was just say what you do best, what you
Yeah.
gotta do best, right?
You know, and they ain't too many. I mean, you got either a zone team or a gap scheme team.
Right.
You just got to be great at what you're good at. The good thing about, you know, whether we're gonna be a zone team, but the good thing about it is you know what you're facing, you know what you're going up against. You got opportunity to practice different looks all the time, and be able to recognize them and just kind of execute.
Okay, anything else for Coach?
Coach.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Coach.